Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to discuss about alternative English grammar section, and today in this video, I will be thoroughly discussing about tag questions, how to solve questions on tag questions. So without much further ado, let's start the video. Okay, so before starting tag questions video, I have also made a video on error correction. Please do watch them. I have linked down in the description box, and you may also watch some of the alternative English summary of the chapters and poems, so you can also have a look at them. Okay, so let's start the video. So tag question. So what is the meaning of tag? So tag, you have to add some portion to a question, to a sentence. Sentence or pisphale ami eta portion add koribo lage, and this portion consists of a be verb, auxiliary verb or an pronoun. Okay, to pronoun thakibo, be verb thakibo ba ki thakibo, auxiliary thakibo. Eta monot rakhibo je sentence to jodi positive statement jodi hoy তেতিয়া হলে আমি কি কৰিম, tag to negative কৰিম, আৰু negative statement যদি হয় আমাৰ tag to কি হৈ যাব, positive হৈ যাব. তো আমি কেইটামান কোৱেশ্চন সলভ কৰো আহক. Question number 1, he is your brother. Okay, তো ইয়াতে কি আছে, be verb is আছে, তো আমি is to লৈ লম. Sentence to positive, so আমাৰ tag to কি হ'ব, negative হ'ব, isn't. তাৰ পিছত কি লিখিম, আমি he লিখিম. তো কেতিয়াও he to small letter লিখিব, capital নেলিখিব, আৰু is or I to always small হ'ব, because এটো sentence or part হয়, আৰু always contracted form ত লিখিব. Contracted form মানে যেতিয়া আমি not ক কমা দি লিখো, এনেকে attach কৰি লিখো, তাক contracted form বুলি কয়. So always write your tag in contracted form. Next question, they went to the park. Now এই sentence টোত কোনো be verb বা auxiliary নাই, তো আমি কি কৰিম, verb took some, এটো past tense হত, সো আমি কি ইউজ কৰিম, did ইউজ কৰিম. ওকে, এটা সেন্টেন্স টু নেগেটিভ হয়, সরি পজিটিভ হয়, তো আমি ট্যাগ টু কি লিখিম, নেগেটিভত লিখিম, তো ডিডন্ট হৈ যাব, আৰু দে টু থাকিলে আমি কি লিখিম, দে লিখিম. নেক্সট, she does not like tea. ইয়াতে does not আছে. ওকে, অলরেডি বি ভার্ব আছে, ডু ভার্ব আছে, আৰু সেন্টেন্স টু নেগেটিভ, তো আমি কি লিখিম, ডু টু কি হৈ যাব, does, আৰু ইয়াতে কি হৈ যাব, she, does she, পজিটিভ হৈ গ'ল ট্যাগ টু. নেক্সট, question number 4, you are coming with us. Okay, তো you are আছে, তো আমি are to লৈ আহিলো, are to নেগেটিভ কৰি দিলো, aren't হৈ গ'ল, আৰু you to কি হৈ যাব, পিছফালে যায়, aren't you. নেক্সট, he can drive a car. ইয়াতে can আছে, তো can থাকিলে আমি can to লৈ আহিম, তো can to পিছফালে যায় কি হৈ যাব, can't, আৰু ইফালে কি লিখিম আমি, he. Next, question number 6, they have finished their homework. ইয়াতে they আছে আৰু have আছে, তো have to আমি ইয়াতে লিখিলো, have to নেগেটিভত haven't হৈ গ'ল, আৰু they to পিছফালে লিখিলো, haven't they. Next, she was at the party. ইয়াতে was আছে, তো was to আমি লৈ আহিম, আৰু sentence to পজিটিভ হয়, তো আমাৰ tag to কি হ'ব, নেগেটিভ, তো আমি কি লিখিম, wasn't she. Next question, I am your best friend. ইয়াতে I am আছে, এতিয়া মনত ৰাখিব, I am or নেগেটিভ to হ'ল aren't I, তো ইয়াতে লিখিব লাগিব aren't I. এটো বহুতে ভুল কৰে, the positive negative form of tag of I am is aren't I, কিন্তু I am not or tag to হ'ব am I. এটো মনত ৰাখিব, কেয়ারফুল হ'ব. নেক্সট, she has a pet dog. has আছে, গতিকে আমি কি লিখিম, hasn't she. নেক্সট, question number 10, we should leave early. ওকে, ইয়াতে should আছে, তো should to আমি লৈ আহিলো, sentence to positive, so আমাৰ tag to negative হ'ব, তো shouldn't be is the correct. Next question, question number 11, you won't be late. এটা want আছে, ওকে, এটো want হ'ব লাগে, তো want means all will আৰু not, তো ইয়াতে কি লিখিম আমি, will you, এটো. Next, let us go for a walk. ইয়াতে let's হ'ব লাগে, let's go for a walk, তো let's যেতিয়া থাকিব তেতিয়া আমি কি লিখিম, always shall we লিখিম. let's থাকিলে কি লিখিম আমি, shall we. Next, nobody helped you. nobody যেতিয়া থাকিব ট্যাগত অলওয়েজ they ইউজ হ'ব, helped ৰ কাৰণে আমি কি লিখিম, past tense, so আমি did লিখিলো. ওকে, nobody to নেগেটিভ বুজাইছো, so আমি কি লিখিম, did they. nobody, somebody, anybody এইবিলাক থাকিলে অলওয়েজ pronoun they হ'ব, মনত ৰাখিলে হ'ল. নেক্সট, she would like some coffee. ইয়াতে d হ'ব লাগে, এটো একচুয়ালি এনেকুৱা আছিল, she would এনেকুৱা হ'ব লাগে, তো এটো থাকিলে ইয়াতে would বুজাব. ওকে, had বুজায়, had কিও বুজোৱা নাই, কাৰণ ইয়াতে like to present ফৰ্মত আছে, সো আমি কি লিখিম, wouldn't she is the correct answer. Next, he seldom makes mistake. ইয়াতে seldom আছে, seldom to actually negative বুজায়. ওকে, তো ইয়াতে আমি কি লিখিম, does লিখিম, he আছে, নেগেটিভ হয়, গতিকে পজিটিভ হ'ব, আৰু কি হ'ব, ইয়াতে he হ'ব, does he. এটো. নেক্সট, you used to play cricket. used আছে, ওকে, গতিকে ইয়াতে আমি কি লিখিম, did লিখিম, আৰু পজিটিভ সেন্টেন্স নেগেটিভ ট্যাগ গতিকে didn't you is correct next question number 17 the students had an exam yesterday গতিকে ইয়াতে had হ'ব had to আমি কি লিখিম had not তাৰ পিছত কি হ'ব students আছে plural form of they next there is some milk left okay তো is আছে তো is to দিলু আমি isn't there থাকিলে কি হ'ব there hobo okay there thakile always pronoun of there likhibo lage next question number 19 he was reading a book yate was ase gotike was not tar bisot ki likhim he next question number 20 we must obey the rule thik ase eta must to ki hobo must not we ya eto ami enake likhibo paro shouldn't we is also correct must thakile ami must to likhibo paro ba should likhibo paro okay next question she has never been to Paris yate has ase to has likhilu ami aru ki likhim she negative or positive tag next question you weren't sleeping were you negative or positive tag he karone they don't have a car do they next it was raining heavily wasn't it hobo next we can't enter the hall now can we negative hoy gotike ami ki likhim can we next they would never tell a lie never ase gotike ami ki likhim would they next she hardly speaks to strangers hardly ase hardly to negative bujay thik ase she ase gotike ami ki likhim does not nabohibo yate gotike does she next he had to leave early okay to yate ki hobo had not he next there were many people at the event okay to yate ki hobo were negative aru ki likhim ami there next she never eats fast food yate eats ase gotike ami ki likhim does okay tar bisot ki likhim ami she eto next question 31 someone has called you okay yate ki ase has ase gotike ami ki likhim hasn't they someone anyone thakile always they hobo everything was fine okay eta everything thakile ki hobo was not it everything nothing anything ebilakot ki bohibo it bohibo next I am your neighbor okay to eto already ami korilu I am thakile ki bohibo aren't I next he wasn't invited to the party eto ki hobo was he you have never met him before eto hobo have you next they rarely come on time okay they rarely come eto come ase kono be verb nai gotike ami do logam tar bisot ki hobo don't rarely ase gotike eto ki ho jabo do they is the correct answer next it won't be too expensive okay want thakile ki want is the contracted form of will not to ki hobo will it next nothing was stolen was ase gotike ami ki likhim was it next she had better apologize yate ki hobo had not she next let me help you will you let thakile ami ki likhim will you likhim permission bisara okay imperative sentence ot ki hobo will you next question number 41 we have never seen such a view okay etu hobo have we next he shouldn't be so rude should he next the children weren't making noise were they next I shouldn't tell anyone about this should I next they cannot hear us from here etu ki hobo can they next she was supposed to call wasn't she next he hasn't returned yet has he next they rarely go to negative bujay always remember okay they ase gotike ami ki likhim do they okay next you shouldn't waste water should you next he is coming tomorrow okay isn't he is correct next she has completed her project etu ki hobo hasn't she Next, you weren't expecting me, were you? Next, it was quite surprising, wasn't it? Next, we had great time, hadn't we? Hadn't we? Next, she won't be late, will she? Next, you would rather stay home. Okay, would আছে would বুঝাইছে এটো had নহয় কিন্তু okay তো কি লিখিম আমি wouldn't you? Wouldn't you is correct. Next, he never speaks loudly. Okay, তো ইয়াতে speaks আছে কি লিখিম আমি does he? Next, nobody knew the answer, did they? Nobody থাকিলে always did হবো. Next, the weather is pleasant today, is আছে গতিকে আমি কি লিখিম isn't it? Whether to impersonal noun হয় so it বহিব. He hasn't done his work properly, কি হবো has he? Alright, next, we weren't supposed to meet today, were we? Next, you should take some rest, shouldn't you? Shouldn't you? Next, they will inform us soon, will they? Next, she wasn't feeling well, was she? Next, I shouldn't have said that, should I? Next, he hardly ever talks about his past. Hardly to negative বুঝায় ঠিক আছে talks আছে গতিকে কি লিখিম আমি does he? Next, you wouldn't mind helping me, would you? Next, he has been working hard, has not she? Next, he hadn't noticed the mistake, had he? Next, they weren't paying attention, were they? Okay, next, she could swim when she was fine, couldn't she? Could থাকলে আমি not লগাই দিম couldn't she? Next, we won't forget this trip, will we? Next, he had never seen snow. ইয়াতে কি হবো he had to ইয়াতে actually এনেকে আছিলে ওকে তো এটোর মিনিং টু ইয়াতে কি বুঝাইছে he had. ওকে তো কারেক্ট आंसर হবো hadn't সরি এটো হবো যেহেতু নেগেটিভত আছে তো আমি কি লিখিম had he. Next, there was no need to worry. Okay, was আছে গতিকে আমি কি লিখিম was এ লিখিম was there. Next, she might be late. Okay, তো ইয়াতে কি হবো might not she. Okay, next, it has been a long day, hasn't it? Next, he won't be at home tonight, will he? Next, let's not argue about it, shall we? Is correct. Okay, next, you haven't seen my keys, have you? Next, it's time to go, isn't it? It's মানে হল it is. Okay, এখানে isn't it. Next, she prefers tea over coffee. এটু কি হবো doesn't she? Next, he wasn't in a hurry, was she? Next, we shouldn't judge others, should we? Next, you will be careful, will you? Next, she can't solve this problem alone, can she? Next, they did not call you back, did they? Next, the concert was amazing, wasn't it? Next, this is your pen, isn't it? Okay, this or karne ki likhim ami it. The train hasn't arrived yet, to ki likhim ami has it. Next, she must be tired, must not she? Okay, next, you don't know him, do you? Next, 91, I am right, aren't I? I am থাকিলে কি হবো aren't I? Next, he loves reading books. Loves হলে কি হবো doesn't he? They won't be here tomorrow, will they? She did not go to the market, did she? Next, you weren't at home last night, were you? Next, he should study harder, shouldn't he? Okay, shouldn't he? Next, they would like to join us, wouldn't they? Wouldn't they? Next, the sun rises in the east, doesn't it? The sun thakile ami ki likhim, pronoun to it likhim, because impersonal pronoun hoy, noun hoy, sorry. We are going to the beach, aren't we? Aren't we? এইকেইটা আসলে এক্সট্রা কেইটামান কোৱেশ্চনছ মই সলভ কৰাই দিলো। এতিয়া আমি প্ৰিভিয়াস কেইটামান কোৱেশ্চন চাই লওঁ এইবাৰ 2024 ত নিউ সিলেবাসত অহা কোৱেশ্চনছ কেইটামান। ওকে, তো এইবাৰ আহিছে 2024 ত আহিছিলে ইউ লাইক আ লট অফ সুগাৰ ইন দ্য মিল্ক, এটো কি হ'ব? ডোন্ট ইউ। নেক্সট, she does not speak Spanish, Spanish, এটো দুটা কোৱেশ্চন ইয়াতে মিক্স হৈ আছে, এটো কি হ'ব? does she, does she, আৰু এটো এটা বেলেগ কোৱেশ্চন, every dog has its day, hasn't it, এটো হ'ব hasn't it। next, don't ignore your parents, okay, এটো হ'ব will you। যেতিয়া ইম্পাৰেটিভ সেন্টেন্স থাকিব, ইম্পাৰেটিভ সেন্টেন্সত অলৱেজ will you লিখিব লাগে, ৰিকুৱেষ্ট বা অৰ্ডাৰ যেতিয়া বুজায় বা এডভাইস যেতিয়া বুজায় অলৱেজ will you লিখিব। there will be a strike tomorrow, okay, তো will to কি হ'ব? want হ'ব, want there। next, they will not come here soon, okay, এটো again দুটা কোৱেশ্চন মিক্স হৈ আছে ইয়াতে, they will not come here soon, will they, এটো হ'ব will they, আৰু he hit me, এটো কি হ'ব? didn't he, didn't he। next, he nobody came forward to help her, ইয়াতে came আছে গতিকে কি হ'ব? did, আৰু they, nobody আছে নেগেটিভ গতিকে আমি কি লিখিলো? did they, আৰু nobody pronoun to কি? they। অলৰাইট, তো এইকেইটা কেইটামান কোৱেশ্চনছ আছিলে প্ৰিভিয়াস ইয়াৰত আহি যোৱা, আৰু টেগ কোৱেশ্চন মই এক্সট্ৰা সলভ কৰি দিলো। আই এম 100% শিওৰ যে এইকেইটা যদি চাইছে আপোনালোকক আৰু বেলেগ একো চাব দৰকাৰ নাই। দিস ইজ দ্য পাৰফেক্ট টেগ কোৱেশ্চনছ ভিডিঅ', ওকে, ইয়াৰ বাহিৰে বেলেগ কোনো চাব দৰকাৰ নাই, এইখিনি চাই যাওক 100% ইয়াৰ ভিতৰত কমন পৰিব। সো থ্যাংক ইউ ভেৰি মাচ ফৰ ওয়াচিং মাই ভিডিঅ', থ্যাংক ইউ।